you need to be irreplaceable. So you need to figure out what's the human touch and the human factor that you can incorporate.
That a computer can't.
Like look at copywriting. Okay, copywriting, you can utilize AI and you can utilize bots to come and help you, but they can't necessarily close the deal for you. So maybe instead of learning copywriting, you learn sales, right? And then you get a prompt engineer. So you need to be irreplaceable. You need to be in high demand. And finally, you need to be the best at what you do. These are the 3 ingredients for success. So you need to be the best at what you do. Now AI gives you access and tools and the ability to really be at a God tier level when it comes to a lot of these white collar jobs. In fact, sometimes you see these anonymous posts on Reddit saying, hey, I've officially become an accountant for companies overseas and, I'm just using AI tools and they're paying me just if I had a certificate or just as if I had a degree. And it works extremely well. So if you're in high demand, if you're the best at what you do, and if you're irreplaceable, you can always find a way to make money. So instead of going into specifics, it's more so building the frameworks in order for people to develop how to think. But like Seneca said, only the educated are free. So you need to educate yourself as to what is in high demand, how to become the best at what you do. You can't just fall into becoming the best. It takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication into becoming irreplaceable. That is the key. That is the mindset shift that people need to establish.
What was your education like growing up as a kid?
Spanish and English school. That's why I've developed really good linguistic skills in English.
I was going to say, because you speak very, very well. Similar to like how Tate speaks. Like there's no stuttering, there's no there's none of these buts or nothing like that. And you're a very smart man, obviously, to be where you are right now. So I'm trying to understand, what was your education like as a kid?
Yeah, my parents blessed me. At the time, it wasn't a blessing, but it was 6 hours of Spanish school and then 3 hours of English school, 5 days a week. And I've been in the United States for over 10 years now, so I've kind of been able to shift that into one of my dominant languages. I did the whole programming and what's your dream job? The perfect question to ask an 8-year-old. But yeah, my parents just blessed me with allowing me to go to an English school.
And now it's got you to a point where you got Capital Club, right? So let's break this down because I'm not too familiar myself either. So what is Capital Club exactly?
So the year's 2019. I'm making money with e-commerce, but I didn't have a network. I didn't have a relationship with a lot of entrepreneurs. I was very focused on my own thing. I went through a period where I got scammed. Almost $1 million was the situation. We'll go into it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anybody to turn to. It was probably an easy problem to mitigate, probably an easy problem to solve, but I had no network. I had no connections. I only had money, but I was kind of a loser. So I said, okay, let me launch a network. At that time, I launched Capital Club 2019. I launched it from my bedroom. But at that time, I was already known in the e-commerce space because I was posting screenshots of e-com and people already respected me in the space. So at that time, it was just an e-commerce community. But then the bull run rolled around. I said, fuck building the community. Let me just close it down. So I closed Capital Club down for 3 years. At the time, it had about 7,000 members. Most of them were just in the e-commerce space.
Were they paying members or?
All paying members. Okay, yeah. At the time, they were paying me $40 a month. I was one of the first people to ever launch paid communities in the entire world.